So the first one, couple of things. It's in general form. A is positive, so you expect something like this, right? You're expecting that. I know immediately that my y-intercept is going to be 0, 9. Okay, so these are things that I know for sure before even entering this. So I go ahead, I type this into my calculator. Please turn off plot 1. I want it to almost be an automatic thing. Turn off plot 1 because you're not using L1 and L2. You are given the equation because sometimes there's an error message that results from having both of them, like plot 1 and you entering it manually. Sometimes you won't even notice it, but I'm just saying that could be your issue. I graph it. It's not a really good graph right now. I see something here, so I'm going to go zoom standard. Zoom standard does a pretty good job. I'm going to customize my window a little bit. I'm going to go higher in my Y max. That's a pretty good graph. It never crosses the x-axis, so it's one of those, right? Let's figure out the vertex. So I'm just going to go second, trace, min, right? It's a min. So second trace, minimum. It's so it's glaring a lot. So I'm too backed up, I think. That's probably what it is. Left boundary, right boundary. So as you can tell, after a while, you should be pretty quick. So because it's just asking for the vertex in general, it's 1.5, negative 4.5. So I would just want to see the coordinates of the vertex. What's the range of the parabola? If you want to, some students find it beneficial to actually make a little sketch and to know that the lowest y value is 4.5 and then it goes up from there. So if you want to use interval notation, then this is how it should be. So you get 1 mark for that. Or y is greater than or equal to 4.5. So either one of those will do the trick for you. Y-intercept, I don't need my calculator for this. I already know that it's 0, 9. The domain, it's all real numbers, right? Because this never ends. There's no word problem attached to it. So that's what it's going to be if there's no other indicator, okay? What is the maximum? There is none, okay? We don't have a maximum here. We do have a minimum. Today, I'm going to let it go. I should have set the equation of the minimum. What that is, the minimum is the y value of the vertex. It should be y equals 4.5. If you just put 4.5, we're going to let it go today. Okay. Axis of symmetry. This one I've told you, it's the x value of the vertex. Okay. So remember, the axis of symmetry is a vertical line that crosses it goes right through the middle, right? So this is AOS. The minimum is this one right here. Okay, this is your min. And so that equation is 4.5. This equation is negative 1.5. So combined, you get the coordinates of the vertex. Okay. Number of roots, none. Never crosses the x-axis. So 1 mark for each. So out of 8. Even you saying none, that would give you a mark today, right? Because you had to tell me that it doesn't have a maximum, sorry. Yes?
What if we said infinity? Like,
this one, infinity?
Yeah.
I would say no. That's incorrect. There are none, because now you're saying there's an infinite number of maximums. So, yeah. Because then you're saying y is equal to 0. So that's also, like if you said 0 here, 8, that's good. Yeah, if you put 0, it's fine. Yes? The vertex? Take off half at least. I should have said equation of the max over there. We're good? Okay, word problem. State the domain and range. Sorry, the domain. So for domain, you have to look at the x-axis. So this is my 0, right? I go from 0, inclusive, all the way to 3.5. So this should have been 0 to 3.5. Square brackets on both ends. So half a mark for numbers in the correct order, half a mark for brackets. If you went, if you used this, if you use set notation, then this is what you would want. 1 mark for that. State the range. You look at the y-axis. So you're going from 0 to, you go along the y-axis until you get to the highest point. So this is 96. So this would be 0 to 96. Or H 96. So this is the equivalent, okay? State the axis of symmetry. X is equal to 1 because it's the x value of the vertex that determines the axis of symmetry. The equation that models this, I would really want you to get used to giving me a little x and y. So this point right here is 0, 80. Okay, this is 196, and this one here is 3.50. Okay. Oops. So the points gets you a mark. If you made any mistake, you get 0. Okay? But you still get another mark for the equation. So whatever you put in here, I put this into my L1 and L2, and if my answer matches yours, you get that second mark for the equation. So I would go stat, calc, quad reg, and I will state the equation. The equation is, I'll show you because you're still learning, okay? So let me just show you what I did. Stat edit, I clear all of this. 0, 1, 3.5, 80, 96, 0. Stat calc quadratic regression, 1, 2, alpha trace y1, right? And so there it is. So now I'm going to write it down. Negative 15.54 x squared plus 31.54x plus 80. That's what you should get if you have done everything correctly, if you have the points right. If you made a mistake here, you go -1, and today we're just going to honor whatever you got. I'm not going to check this, okay? I'm just going to trust that you actually typed this in correctly and then got this mark. So question 12 is worth 2 marks, okay? So what are we at? We're at 13 total because 12 is worth 2 marks. So we go to the very top and you make this out of 13. You put your name and last name and pass it forward. Yes?